Hey, my name's Chad. I'm not a naturally muscular guy. In fact, I was a toothpick for most of my life. And when I found out it wasn't my fault, it was one of the best days of my life. I'm going to tell you my story because it's probably very similar to your own. And at the end of this video, which I promise you won't be up for very long, I'm going to tell you the solution that helped me gain 32 pounds of ripped muscle in only 32 weeks. It's the same solution that I use to this very day. Now make sure you watch the whole thing because it's only going to be up for a brief time. Now if you're anything like me, you've tried for years, or in my case 7 years, to build your ideal body. But you've been left discouraged and frustrated by the lack of results you've achieved. I wanted muscle because I wanted success. I walked into a room and I felt invisible. I hated that feeling. I wanted a relationship with a girl that I really cared about. And I was tired of being lonely while my other friends were out on dates. But I also thought it would help me with my confidence, which would then benefit my career as well. Being too skinny was getting in the way of my life, and the life that I could be living. I remember hanging out in the locker room after basketball practice in college. My shoulders were so thin that my jersey had a hard time staying on. And then my friend Jeff would walk in with his muscles on his muscles and his six-pack abs. It was pretty annoying. I also remember the parties in college and how the girls would swarm him and walk right past me. I finally asked Jeff what he did, and he said one word: less. He said he lifted only a few times a week and spent a mere 30 to 45 minutes in the gym each time he trained. He also told me to seek the help of a trainer friend of his whose name was Bob, a guy who trained professional football players and who'd be glad to help me out, he said. Well, I didn't go see Bob right away. Actually, it took me a year, a change in sports from basketball to boxing, and a change in careers as well. By this time, I was frustrated with my lack of direction in school, and I dropped out and started working. I also started boxing, and both are two of the best decisions of my life thus far. Instead of just visiting Bob at his work and paying him thousands of dollars to help me out, thousands that I didn't have, I applied for a job at his gym. I guess they liked my boxing background. Well, because we all know it wasn't my skinny and weak frame, but they hired me. Having Bob as my boss, but also my mentor, would forever change my life. Of course, I immediately asked him, how the heck do I build muscle? Rather than telling me about an exercise or some magic program, he started talking to me about something called a somatotype. He said that there are different kinds of body types that require different training methods. There are ectomorphs like you and me, who are naturally skinny and have a harder time gaining muscle mass. There are mesomorphs, who are naturally muscular and find it easy to pack on lean muscle mass. And there are endomorphs. Well, those are the guys on the heavier end of the spectrum. He told me that an ectomorph can't train like a mesomorph and expect to build muscle. In essence, skinny guys need specific variations in their nutrition and training methods in order to build ripped muscle. The worst part about this was that I had been following what bodybuilders and mesomorphs were doing most of my life. That's why I spent 7 years training without getting any results. What's also funny is some of the variations that he told me about are so weird and go against everything that I had learned about building muscle up to this point. For one, like Jeff, he said we need to train less. Training sessions lasting longer than 60 minutes actually burn muscle, not built it, by releasing a powerful hormone called cortisol that makes our body use muscle as fuel, rather than carbs or fat. Steroids help bodybuilders last longer, but I wasn't going to take steroids, so he gave me some other techniques that I'll share with you in a bit as well. Secondly, we need to change up our training split every 3 weeks. By doing the same split week after week, we will be able to see some gains, yes, but we'll always plateau and our gains will fall off and then finally disappear completely. We need to change up our split, rep and set schemes, and even take a week off every 3 to 4 weeks to make sure we're recovering properly and seeing the benefits of our training that we should be seeing. He gave me strategies to help me naturally boost my testosterone. He said that hormones play a big role in our ability to recover and build muscle. So he gave me exercises and nutrition techniques that would help me keep my bad hormones like cortisol in check and boost my good hormones like testosterone and human growth hormone. But more on that in a bit as well. After training under Bob's principles for 7 weeks, I gained 7 pounds of muscle. After 20 weeks, 20 pounds. After 32 weeks, I gained 32 pounds of ripped muscle and built my dream body. I not only caught up to my friend Jeff, who commanded all of that attention from the ladies, but I blew past him. I remember walking into a party with him and a girl rushed up to me and started chatting with me. I wasn't used to this. She walked past him and over to me, grabbed me by the arm and said, "Oh my goodness, you're in pretty good shape." Now I know girls aren't only into muscles or abs, but it helps. What it does do is it gets their foot in the door. It helps us catch their eye and, at the very least, it breaks down one of their many barriers. My new body didn't just give me more success with the ladies, it gave me much more than that. Remember how I said that I thought a better, more muscular physique would give me more confidence? Well, it did. I wasn't walking into a room feeling invisible anymore. I now walked into a room with confidence. I began dating a lot more. To be honest, I was a lot happier too. And remember how I said that I thought ripped athletic muscle would help me with my career? Oddly enough, well, it did. I started my own training business and became my own boss. In short, because of my transformation, a transformation that you too can do, I've constructed my dream job, gained confidence, I have more energy, and I'm more successful in every area of life. How much is something like that worth to you on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, in answering my own question, it's pretty damn important, a 9.5 or even a 10. Remember that site I told you about, my dream job? Well, I've since helped hundreds of other guys like us build their dream bodies. Guys like Barry. Barry was embarrassed to tell his friends that he was spending 6 days a week in the gym and had this body. I'm sure this is something we can all relate to. After finding my site and buying the solution, he cut his gym time by 3/4, built his dream body by building muscle and losing fat at the same time, met a great girl, started his dream job, and is living the life that he truly loves. Something that was the furthest thing from the truth before he heard about this solution. And then there's Ivan. Ivan trained for years, 6 days a week, for a couple hours each day. He even ate pretty good too. But he could never get the body that he wanted. That is, until he stumbled upon my site. As soon as he started the solution, he began seeing results that he never thought were possible. This is what he achieved after only 3 weeks. This is amazing. Both of these guys are like you and me. Both felt like a lack of muscle or too much fat was holding them back in life. Both guys also could have said, "I'll get it next week," or "I'll wait till my next paycheck to grab it," but they didn't. They saw the opportunity to completely change their bodies and build more muscle, lose more fat than they had in their entire life. As a result, I'm able to share their success story with you. And I get hundreds of emails a week from guys who share the same struggles as you and me, busy guys who don't have a lot of time, guys who are struggling with their finances, guys who think they're cursed with bad genetics, all who thank me for providing them with a solution to their problems, who share their success stories with me. That's why I've compiled this solution in a 122-page ebook. This solution has everything you need to build slabs of ripped athletic muscle, from the 3 12-week programs that show you everything to do in the weight room. There's no guessing involved. It's all laid out for you right before your eyes. To the meal plans, where I show you exactly what to eat and when to eat it to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Diet is where a lot of us struggle, but with these easy to use, healthy, and tasty meal plans, diet is where you'll struggle no more. I've also created a community. Now we can be a part of something that will help us reach our goals. No longer are you going to be left alone to fend for yourself. You're a part of the hundreds who have taken the challenge and who have already or who are in the process of building their dream body and dream life as a result of this solution. Getting this complete program is a simple process that takes seconds. There's no waiting for something in the mail. You just press the add to cart button and I send everything to your computer in seconds. Remember when I asked, what is all of this worth to you? Well, I'm not talking about the solution. I'm talking about the confidence, the success with women, the success in your career, more energy, and as a result of the transformation you're about to achieve starting in the next few seconds, the happiness and satisfaction of what you've achieved. For me, it was nearly priceless. I've made back in income 100 times what I would have paid Bob to help me out, which is something you can do also. With all its components, the ebook, the programs, meal plans, member site, cardio routine, and even the exercise database, a bonus that I'll give you if you take the challenge right now, this solution is valued at $327.99, but I'm giving it away for only $47. I'm more interested in hearing about your success than I am about the less than almighty dollar. But I'm also supremely confident that this solution will work for you. I've got the evidence to back it up, but I'll also guarantee it. I guarantee you're going to get the body of your dreams with this solution, and if you don't, I'll give you your money back within 60 days of the purchase. Even if you all of a sudden lose all desire to build your ideal body and ideal life within 60 days of purchasing the product, I'll give you your money back. Are you tired of feeling invisible when you walk into a room? Are you tired of the girl you notice not noticing you? Is your diet standing in your way? Is how you look and feel right now standing in the way of the life you should be leading? Are you tired of being worn out and drained from overtraining? Are you afraid that you will be relegated to a small life because you don't have the energy and the confidence to live the big life you could lead? Are you afraid of what your life is going to look like 10 years from now if you don't make a change and fast? This is your chance to make that change. Change the way you feel about yourself and change the way you live your life by clicking the Add to Cart button and taking this risk-free challenge today.